All right, fantastic panel on creatives we just had on the main stage. Okay, so a question to all three of you. If you look at creatives, what do you say are like the three top tips for people trying to become better?
My thing would be split testing thumbnails. It's the cheapest and easiest way to increase the click-through rate. The click-through rate is what's going to determine your price, and it's going to give you the highest chance to get them to engage with your video, which really is the goal of video advertising. So I would say, split testing thumbnails.
Second thing might be using more of video ads in the retargeting process. Like the majority of advertisers, they're just focusing on the front end and trying to convert like a Facebook user to a lead or a customer, like one shot. But what actually worked out really well for us is doing different retargeting sequences with multiple videos, incorporating testimonials, combining testimonials with carousel ads. So using video and retargeting and then doing actual retargeting sequences with video, game changer for us.
Cool.
Yeah, I think those tips were absolutely spot on. And the third one I'd say is probably test varying lengths of videos from, in my opinion, 30 seconds to 2 or 3 minutes, depending. And then try a very different style of videos, from customer testimonials versus something that's very, very salesy that looks like kind of like a commercial to something more kind of like informational that you might see on like a news kind of a site. Try a very different style of videos, see what works, and then kind of hone in on that, and and then try different clips and different, the specifics. But just try a very, very, very different types of videos to start.
What do you recommend? Like static images, animated images, video? Is everything going to video now?
I'd say there's definitely more inventory available on Facebook for video. They prioritize it, and I don't know the exact number, but if I had to guess, it's maybe like 70% video, 30% image. But they do tailor it. Like if someone clicks mostly images, then they'll show them more images than videos and whatnot. But yeah, I mean the future is video, and so many people I find are still not doing any video at all, and they're just missing out on so much money. I've had multiple clients at our agency where if we didn't do a video, we tried static images just to start while we were getting images ready or getting videos ready, and it didn't work at all. We tried everything, and targeting, messaging, you name it. As soon as we switched to a video, boom, profitable, like day one. So it's like a game changer. So you got to go with video.
When you do that, do you actually include the links to the offer in the copy then?
Yeah, always.
Right.
Always.
Okay. All right. What do you say, Patrick?
Yeah, I also think like video is the absolute future. Static images work great for retargeting for us, but I think really for audience building, converting users into customers, it's video.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think video ads all day, every day, especially on the start of the funnel.
Right.
But I think sometimes I'll use static for remarketing and just to change it up a bit. But I'm a 90% video guy.
So, professional, good-looking videos, ugly stuff, what should people focus on?
The trashier, the better, in my opinion. People are on their Facebook feed. They're in their happy place. You want to show them things that are relevant to the experience that they're having at that time. People have a very strong filter to block out and understand something that is commercial because they're on Facebook, they're hanging out with their friends and their experiences. They don't want to be pitched. So I think that by having something that is kind of relevant and native and unprofessional, it takes down their defense mechanism against being sold, and you get a much better click-through rate and interaction.
So you agree, Tim, you agree that actually ugly videos are usually better converting and that's what people should start with, or you have a different opinion on that?
Usually, like 90% of the time, something like that. But it depends on the demographic. It works better for like younger folks, but some older folks, I feel like maybe they might feel like it's not a legitimate product if it's too amateur. So you have to kind of, it's really based on your audience, and then also certain countries.
Obviously, split testing is super, super important, no matter what kind of traffic and what kind of verticals you do. What's your process for split testing, looking at creatives?
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I think the most important thing when split testing videos or headlines or anything else is the fact that this needs to be the isolated element that you're testing. If anything else is being tested, whether it be the audience or the headline, if there's any other variation besides the element that you're testing, in this case the video, you will not be able to deduce what the actual result is coming from. So make sure that everything's exactly the same except your different videos. This way you can have a clear and concise results of your winner.
I totally agree with that. So in my, to break it down, I guess as simply as I can quickly, the process that I usually go through is we'll do 4 to 5 different style videos. One maybe customer testimonial video of a bunch of testimonials, then one kind of salesy kind of video, then one amateur or 2 amateur, and then one that's maybe a little more professional looking. So very, very different ones. We'll all be using almost all the same headline and ad copy, otherwise we're not going to know what made the difference. Then once we find kind of like which ones are doing best, then we'll make more like that video, then try different headlines and ad copy and so on.